Good day, grade 10. So for today, we will have the discussion of our last lesson this quarter, which is the directed distance from a line to a point. The directed distance from the slant line ax plus by plus c equals 0 to the point p sub 1 with coordinates x sub 1 and y sub 1 is given by this formula. We have the product of a and x sub 1 plus the product of b and y sub 1 plus c all over positive or negative the square root of a squared plus b squared, where the denominator is given the sign of b. So, kung we have here positive or negative. So, kung ano yung sign ng ating b, yun ang gagamitin nating sign dito. The distance is positive if the point P is above the line and negative if P is below the line. Let's have some examples. First one, find the directed distance from the line 5x minus 12y plus 26 to the points P sub 1, 3, negative 5 and P sub 2, negative 4, 1. Again, we have the equation 5x minus 12y equals 26. So, first step natin, express this equation into general form. So, we will be having 5x minus 12y minus 26 equals 0. So, again, we will be using this formula to find the distance of the two given points from this line. Okay, first, let us find the values of a, b, and c. So, in this equation, a is 5, b is negative 12, and our c is negative 26. Okay, we will be using again this formula in finding the distance of this point to this line. So, we already have the values of a, b, and c. And kung napapansin natin, we have here x sub 1 and y sub 1. So, yung values nito, kung ano yung point natin. X sub 1 for the x value here, and y sub 1 for the y value. So, we have x sub 1 is 3, and y sub 1 is negative 5. Next substitution, we have a is 5 times x sub 1 is 3, plus our b is negative 12 times y sub 1 is negative 5. Our c is negative 26. So, we have here minus 26. And for our denominator, so our b is negative 12. So, we will be using the negative sign here. So, we have negative square root of our a is 5. So, we have 5 squared plus negative 12 squared. Then, simplifying, we have 5 times 3 is 15. Negative 12 times negative 5 is positive 60. And we have negative 26. All over, 5 squared is 25. And negative 12 squared is 144. So, we have now 15 plus 60 minus 26 is 49. All over negative square root of 169. And square root of 169, we have 13. So, for our final answer, we have negative 49 over 13. Again, sabi kanina, if the answer is negative, it means that the point is below the line. And kapag naman positive, the point is above the line. Okay? So, the distance of point P sub 1, 3, negative 5 from the line 5x minus 12y equals 26 is negative 49 over 13. Kapag in-graph natin siya, okay, this is our line and yung point natin is nandito. So, this is the point 3, negative 5. And yung distance niya, directed distance ng point na to dito sa line na to is negative 49 over 13. Negative kasi yung point is below the line. Next point, we have negative 4, 1. So, alamin natin distance ng point na to with the same line, 5x minus 12y minus 26 equals 0. So, of course, we will be using the same formula. And we have the same values of a, b, and the c. But this time, our x sub 1 will be negative 4 and our y sub 1 is positive 1. Then, by substitution, we will be having a is 5 times x sub 1 is negative 4 plus b is negative 12. Y sub 1 is 1 minus 26 all over. So, again, our b is still negative 12. So, for the sign of our denominator, we will be using the negative sign. We have negative square root of 5 squared plus negative 12 squared. So, simplifying, we have 5 times negative 4 is negative 20. Negative 12 times 1 is negative 12. minus 26 all over negative square root of 25 plus 144. So we have negative 20 minus 12 minus 26. We have negative 58 all over negative square root of 169. So for our final answer, we have positive 58 over 13. So positive yung sign natin, ibig sabihin ang point natin dapat na ay above sa line na to. Okay, this is the line 5x minus 12y equals 26, and this is the point negative 4, 1. And as you can see, this point is above this line. So, again, the directed distance or perpendicular distance of this point to this line, we have 58 over 13. Okay po. Next, find the directed distance from the line y equals negative 2/3 x plus 5 to the point 6, negative 2. So, our equation is written in slope-intercept form. So, first step na gagawin natin, express natin to sa general form natin. Okay, start by multiplying both sides by positive 3 sa denominator. So, we will be having 3 times y is 3y equals, so makakancel yung denominator dito. We have now negative 2x, 5 times 3 is 15. Then, lipat lang natin sila sa left side, itong negative 2x plus 15. So, we will be having 2x plus 3y minus 15 equals 0. So, we have now 2x plus 3y minus 15 equals 0. Determine the values of a, b, and c. Our a now is 2, b is 3, and c is negative 15. We can now use the formula in finding the distance of this point to this line. Again, this is our formula, and these are the values of our a, b, and c. For our x sub 1, we have here 6, and for our y sub 1, we have here negative 2. So, by substitution, we have a is 2 times x sub 1 is 6 plus b is 3 times y sub 1 is negative 2 minus 15 all over. So, this time, our b is positive 3. So, we will be using the positive sign. So, we have the positive square root of a squared plus b squared. So, we have 2 squared plus 3 squared. Then, simplifying, we have 2 times 6 is 12, 3 times negative 2 is negative 6, minus 15, all over. So, 2 squared is 4, and 3 squared is 9. So, we have negative 9 over square root of 13. Ang denominator natin ay may radical sign, so rationalize the denominator. For the final answer, we will be having negative 9 square root of 13 all over 13. Okay, this is the line of 2x plus 3y minus 15 equals 0, and this is the point 6, negative 2. And as what you may have noticed, the point is below the line. That is why ang distance niya ay negative. Okay, for the last example, we have find the distance between the parallel lines 15x plus 8y plus 64 equals 0 and 15x plus 8y minus 51 equals 0. So, this time, ang given ay 2 equation of lines. Walang given na point. So, ang gagawin natin, hahanap tayo ng point sa maaling line dito. Then, hahanapin natin ang distance ng point na yon dun sa isang line. Okay, let us have the first line. So, hahanap tayo ng isang point on this line. There are many ways on finding a point on this line. So, for now, let us use slope-intercept form. Okay? Let us express this equation into slope-intercept form. So, we have a to y equals transpose 15x. So, we have negative 15x transpose 64 minus 64. Then, divide both sides by 8. So, we have y equals negative 15 over 8x minus 8. So, ibig sabihin, the y-intercept of this line is negative 8. This is the y-intercept. Meaning, this line contains 0, negative 8. Okay, this is the line of 15x plus 8y plus 64 equals 0. And kagaya ng nasolve natin, its y-intercept is negative 8. Meaning, this line passes through the point 0, negative 8. And for our next task, we will find the distance of this point to the second line, which is ito. We have 15x plus 8y minus 51 equals 0. And kapag nahanap natin ang distance ng point na to sa line na to, nahanap na rin natin ang distance ng two parallel lines na to. Okay po. So first, let us determine the values of A, B, and C. So A here is 15, B is 8, and C is negative 51. So our x sub 1 is 0, y sub 1 is negative 8. So by substitution, we have 15 times x sub 1 is 0 plus b is 8 times y sub 1 is negative 8 minus 51. All over. So ang sign ng b natin is positive. So we will be using the positive sign here. So we have the positive square root of 15 squared plus 8 squared. Then simplifying, we have 15 times 0 is 0. 8 times negative 8 is negative 64 minus 51 all over 15 squared is 225 and 8 squared is 64. So we have negative 64 minus 51 is negative 115 all over the square root of 289. So we have negative 115 over 17. But take note, kagaya ng sabi sa problem, find the distance of the two parallel lines. So ang hinahanap lang natin yung distance ng two parallel lines na meron tayo. So we will take the absolute value of our answer. So for our final answer, we have 115 over 17. Okay? So the distance between the two parallel lines is 115 over 17. Or simply, you may use this formula in finding the distance between two parallel lines, the absolute value of c sub 2 minus c sub 1 all over the square root of a squared plus b squared, where c sub 2 and c sub 1 are the values of c if the given equations are both written in either general or standard form. Okay po? So let us use the given formula in finding the distance of these two parallel lines. So our A here is 15, B is 8, and C sub 1 is 64, C sub 2 is negative 51. So maalin yung maunang ditong values ng C. Then substitute lang natin sa formula. We have distance is equal to the absolute value of negative 51 minus 64 all over the square root of 15 squared plus 8 squared. So we have negative 115 all over square root of 225 plus 64. So we have the absolute value of negative 115 all over the square root of 289. And for our final answer, we have the absolute value of negative 115 over 17. So we have 115 over 17. And katulad lang siya nung answer na nakuha natin. Again, ito yung gagamitin nating formula kapag ang hinahanap natin ay distance between two parallel lines. Okay pa? So, that's all for today. I hope that you learned something in this video. Keep safe and God bless. Batang Ayos.